SummerSlam is barely over 24 hours away, and there's not much to talk about. There really isn't. I mean, there might be a few matches made probably last minute, like there always is. Probably one that is either filler or randomly announced that doesn't take long. But one match that is back on the card is the World Heavyweight Championship match between Del Rio and Sheamus. Normally I would not be talking about this, but it is kind of interesting now that Del Rio attacked. I think we went over this earlier, but Sheamus was attacked by fake police officers and Del Rio before the World Heavyweight Championship match on SmackDown was going to happen. Now, Del Rio technically still was never a contender at this point, but the bell never rang, and it wasn't officially a match, even though it was about to be. And with that, Sheamus was off for a week or so, wasn't seen for a while, and due to that, the match was totally off, or probably we would have seen Ziggler cash in the belt. We probably would have seen Jericho and Ziggler for the belt, possibly. I don't know if it was that severe of an injury. But the end of last night's SmackDown, Sheamus came back after Del Rio's match with Jericho, and I think his arm was heavily taped up a little bit. Other than that, I didn't really see any injuries on the Celtic Warrior at all. So, basically, the match is back on. Sheamus demands it, and Booker tells him it will be for the world title like it was supposed to be. And it's really that simple. The match is back on. Now, with that being said, depending on how severe Sheamus' injuries actually are, then this could be a match for Del Rio to win the world title and the so-called destiny to be fulfilled. Now, just knowing how tough Sheamus is, and being a little Irish myself, I know that a little arm is not going to take away this world title match. It's not going to let him lose. It will be a factor, but just think of Finlay at this point. Think of bar fights at this point. I don't know if Sheamus does that. That's not my concern. But as the world champion, you have a big target on your back. But you also have the heart of a lion in the form of Sheamus, trying to hold on to that belt for a very, very long time. So at this point, I don't really know what's going to happen. But I do know that the SummerSlam is pretty much almost a day away. And with that being said, the biggest party of the summer has arrived.